Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this lesson is going to be entitled, more money will be invested in war. And the reason being is because the amount of warheads that are recorded worldwide, and as it pertains to prophecy. And I did a lesson on this maybe a couple years back that, they have to put more money into making more missile productions because there's not enough missiles right now. Okay. And they're going to do that. They're going to start ramping up on their development of their missile systems, and Russia's numbers are going to far exceed what they have now, and so are these other countries. So, right here it says that 12,500, this is based upon the lesson that the elder apostle Tahar did. Okay, it says the world's nuclear armed states possess a combined total of over 12,500. Okay, so, let's go to the prophecy of how much is going to be shot off. Okay, let's go to, I could read this first, actually. It says, Revelations 11:14, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And the woe represents the wars, the world wars, right? The second world war has passed, and the third world war is coming very quickly. Okay, it's on its way right now. Now let's go to, and that's going to be the war to end all wars. Let's go to Revelation 9 and verse 16. And it reads, and the number of the army, matter of fact, let's go to verse 15. It says, and the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. The third part of men represents the sons of the wicked, the Edomites. Right, you have the sons of men, which are these other nations, these heathens, and then you have the sons of God, which are the Israelites. Right, going back to the sons of God being Noah, Abraham, so on and so forth. And then you have the sons of the wicked. Right, going back to Cain, and now they're back as the Edomites. Okay, you can read Malachi 4. In verse 2 to see that these are the wicked. Okay, exactly. Salakia, Malachi 1:4 to see that these are the wicked. All right, and it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. Right, now the horsemen are not actual horsemen; these represent the nuclear missiles, the warheads. Okay, and the number of the army, you got to remember, he described them in another scripture as being like horses with particular armor on them, right? It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them, right? 200,000 times 1,000 is 200 million. Okay, which it says it here in the NLT, actually. It says 200 million mounted troops. And it's not speaking about troops. It's speaking about the nuclear missiles, the nuclear warheads. If there's only over 12,500 that's recorded right now, how much more does production have to increase? Right? The production has to increase a lot. Right? Because it's going to be a time where World War III is inevitable, or basically pops off. And they know what time it is, man. They got to get to producing. See, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. Right, which horsemen that that gonna have a breastplate of fire? Speaking about the nuclear missiles, man, and the fire that comes from it. Right, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, the warheads. And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So you can clearly see that yeah, the fire and brimstone that's coming from the nuclear missiles. So it's um the same things, the same elements that destroyed and burnt up um Sodom and Gomorrah, because Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire and brimstone, and nothing grows there to this day. You know, them archaeologists, they found what they believe to be Sodom and Gomorrah, where there even is a pillar of salt there, which would most likely be Lot's wife, right? And they say that's Lot's wife, and it's kind of in the shape of a woman, right? And yeah, that's what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah, man. That's what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's the same thing. That's why it says that this place is going to go out as the same way Sodom and Gomorrah went out. It says, by these three was the third part of men killed, the Edomites, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. And it's not just Edomites that are going to be killed in that. It's also going to be like it's also going to also these other nations, you wicked Israelites, are also going to be destroyed. All right. This is 2 Peter 2:6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. So Sodom and Gomorrah was an example to those that were living wickedly. But guess what? America, Babylon the Great, is going to be an even greater example. Okay? An even greater example than that. All right. Well, let's read Revelations 11:8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. What's the great city? It's not the Vatican. Okay? It's not a great city. It's a little city with a small population. With a small population. It says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. This is speaking about America. Okay, Sodom, because first of all, it pushes all that freakism, that alphabetism, but also it's gonna go out the same way Sodom went out. And Egypt is gonna be an example, right? Just like ancient Egypt was an example, and there's many other factors that tie it to Egypt, man. You know, the Mississippi River, and being compared to the what was it, the Memphis River, the river in Egypt. They have a place called Memphis in Egypt. They got the obelisks in Washington, and all 12 tribes are there in America in being oppressed. So that's America, okay? Let's go to it's Jeremiah 49. Let's read this real quick. Let me see here. This is Jeremiah 49:17. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. This is dealing with America, okay? It says, because it's going to be desolate. No man is going to dwell there again. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, it's going to be like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, which was what? By fire and brimstone. But this time it's going to be by nuclear missiles, okay? And the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. You got people living in what is called Edom, which is, I believe, Jordan today, right? And you got people that abide, and there's people that abide in that region. But America, once it's destroyed, no one is going to abide in America. Everyone that's on the soils of America when those missiles hit will be destroyed. The elect will be beamed up into the chariots at the last minute. Okay, so that's the difference. That's the difference, man. So you can't escape the fact that that this World War III is going to happen, because the Heavenly Father is the one that's orchestrating this World War III, man. You can't stop it, right? So what they're going to start doing is putting more money into the production of their nuclear arsenal, man. This is Jeremiah 3, and I'll start at verse 9. It reads, it says, "And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and stocks. And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah hath not turned unto me with her whole heart." But no, excuse me, what am I doing? This is Jeremiah, Salakia. I thought I put Joel. Okay, this is Joel 3 and verse 9. It reads, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the weak say, I am strong." Okay, that's what the weak has to say. I am strong. And that's dealing with these smaller nations, Iran and, Syria and whoever else. They're going to be talking against the whore, which is America. Okay, it says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears." Now, plowshares and pruning hooks is for agriculture, so they're not going to be putting that money into building up the society, right? They're going to put all that money that they had, the little money that they put into the society, they're going to put that into war. So things are going to change in everyday life, okay? And they're going to be borrowing money from these people too, one way or another. Okay, it says, "Let the weak say, I am strong," right? "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord." And the thing is this, even in the World War I, World War II specifically, I'm thinking about, Canada was borrowing from their citizens. Not just Canada, there was other places too, but the one I just read about was Canada was borrowing from their citizens, by taxes and also by asking them to buy particular bonds called the victory bonds, where at that time it would only generate 5 million, I guess, a year, 5 million a year in bonds. But then that around the time of the war generated, people were investing 100 million into it, because they were borrowing from the people. That was part of their way of borrowing from the people, along with the taxes, so on and so forth. But this time, this war is going to be a lot more expensive, man. You see, this war is a lot more expensive, because now you're dealing with nuclear power. You're dealing with nuclear missiles, man. Them things are expensive, right? Those little rockets that Iran shot at that state, what state I'm talking about, right? That, when that penetrated the Iron Dome, they shot off all those missiles, and each of those little missiles that they shoot to intercept it is $100,000 a piece, man. Each of them, right? So I think they said that they lost like billions of dollars just off of that little attack. So what do you think? What do you think the nuclear missiles cost to produce? You see, like a real deal nuclear missile. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's look it up, man. Cost to produce the ICBM missile. Let's see. Cost to produce missile. Excuse me, let's go here. 100 what? Cost for a Sentinel may increase to as much as 162 million per missile. Oh my goodness. When calculated in 2020. So that was more than what I thought it would be, man. Okay, dollars up to 118 million each, according to a new estimate being sent to Congress on Thursday. So they pretty much gonna put everything into these things, man. You understand what I'm saying? 100 and something million. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's insane. And you have multiple warheads within a missile, right? But it's not much. It's not much warheads in a missile. It's not like a lot of warheads. How many warheads in an ICBM missile? ICBM missile carry how many? Because the warhead is what really does the damage, not the ICBM missiles. It's actually the warheads. It says currently for land launch, ICBM Minuteman III, the only active U.S. ICBM missile, could carry 3 nuclear warheads each. So 3, yeah, that's not a lot, right? You got to pay 116 million, 118 million per a piece, a pop. Man, I don't even want to do the multiplication on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to do the multiplication on that to see how much it would cost to produce 200 million, man. You know what I'm saying? Golly. Let's try to put that. We could divide it by 3, but 118 million. Let's divide it by 3. Divide it by 3. Okay, and then we'll times it by no, it's 200 million. Damn. Okay, so we could double it. 2, 3, 4. Times 100 million. See, this is off. The amount of money is off the scale, man. The amount of money is off the scale. But guess what? Esau has more money than heart could wish. You know, they got resources, man, which is beyond money. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to dig deep, man. You have to put these people. You're gonna have to put these people in slavery to produce these things. So, anyways. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. Give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Shalom.